Hello and welcome everyone to our Searching and Navigating webinar. Now this session is all about getting around your platform in the most efficient way, hopefully saving you some time and making life a little bit easier. While we'll be covering some fairly simple tips and tricks here, we often speak to customers who have been using accessplanit for years who don't know some of these, so it's always good to have a little refresher on what is available. Now, everything that we're covering today is available in your accessplanit platform as standard. There are no add-on modules being covered. Now, if you have any questions while we go through the session, please submit these as we go, and I'll cover all of these at the end. And finally, this session is being recorded, so it will be available on our on-demand webpage later if anyone needs to drop out early, or if you'd like to share this with any of your colleagues who can't make it today.
Cool, thanks, Sean. So today we'll be covering a few things. So firstly, how dynamic labels can be used as shortcuts to help you navigate through the platform to relevant areas quickly and effortlessly. Hard word to say. Then we'll have a look at how your breadcrumb links work. And we'll also then take a look at the search option that is available in all of your data grids as well. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with the global search tool that is available in the top of your platform.
That is a good word, that effortlessly. Took a bit of effort there.
It did. It wasn't quite so effortless, was it? So we'll start with some introductions from us. So I'm Jamie. I'm one of accessplanit's implementation managers. And my role is to help new customers get up and running with the platform as efficiently as possible.
And I'm Sean. I'm one of the customer support advisors here at accessplanit. So one of our key roles is to support you with getting to grips with your platform, answering any questions you have, and supporting you with setting up new features and troubleshooting any issues you might have. So we're going to start with how you can navigate around your platform using dynamic labels. Now, these labels are essentially text that you can use to jump to another area of your platform quickly. They can be a huge time saver by jumping you to a related page where you don't even need to search and look up the page first. For example, there is a dynamic label available in your delegates data grid for invoice reference. Now, this means that if you're looking at the delegates data grid and need more information about any invoices that were raised, maybe you want to see when they're paid, when it was generated, or if you want to complete any actions such as making a payment, or even adjusting the PO number, you can click on that dynamic label to be taken directly to that invoice to view any information and complete those actions. So you can identify dynamic labels easily by their blue underlined text. In this example, which has been taken from the delegates data grid, the user full name, account name, start date, and end date, these are all dynamic labels. And in this example, from the opportunities form, the linked to account is a dynamic label. You can use dynamic labels to access invoice information from your delegates data grid, like we said, access venue information from your courses data grids, access customer information from your invoices data grid, and you can also access target information from your tasks data grid. Now let's have a look at those links in practice, shall we? So from the delegates data grid, we can click on the delegate name to access more information about the user that's related to them. We can also click on the invoice references to access the details of their invoice. So clicking that view in the data grid, this will take us to the invoices data grid that is filtered down, so only this invoice is included. Now from this page, we can make a payment, we can edit the PO number, we can also cancel the invoice, and we can view the invoice. Nice one. So moving back to the invoices data grid, the target label is also a dynamic label. We can use this to get more information about the customer who has been invoiced. We can preview, and that will show us a pop-up. It'll show us details about the account. And we can also edit to view more info and to make changes. There we go. Gives you a little form there. Now, also worth mentioning are tasks. Now, each task in your platform is mapped to an item, a course or a purchase, for example. If you would like more information about the item your task is about, you can click the dynamic label from the data grid. Now, dynamic links are available throughout your platform, which means there are shortcuts everywhere to help you navigate around quickly and complete your actions easily. just look out for the underlined text. And as a reminder, from your data grids, right-clicking an item will display the context menu option with more options for that item, and left-clicking a dynamic label will give you the shortcut options. As a quick example, on the delegates data grid, right-clicking a delegate will display the menu options for the delegate, whereas left-clicking the username will give the user shortcut options. Left-clicking the account name will give the account shortcut options, and left-clicking the course date will give the course shortcut options.
Great, thanks, Sean.
No problem.
So sticking with the topic of navigation, let's have a chat about breadcrumbs. So breadcrumb links are often overlooked in navigation, but they can be super helpful when you're moving in and out of a platform area, or if you want your DataGrid search to be remembered when you return to your DataGrid as well. So breadcrumbs are the links that are displayed along the top of your platform, showing almost a history of the pages that you've accessed in the lead up to your current page. In this example, you can see that we're currently viewing the details of the account Larson and Sons, and looking at those breadcrumbs there. Zooming in. We started on the class courses, and then we viewed the delegates for a course. From there, we viewed the details of a specific delegate and then the delegate's account as well. So now we're on the account details for that delegate's account. Let's have a look at how these breadcrumbs were built up and then how we can use them to jump back to kind of relevant areas rather than starting from scratch. So let's say we needed to find out the contact information for a key contact at an account because there's been some issues with a delegate on a first aid work course. So we're on the class courses data grid here. Let's open up the delegates list for this first aid course. Cool. You can see that we've now got a new breadcrumb link created at the top, which would take us back to that class courses data grid. So now let's find our delegate, Francis Kaiser, and use the dynamic label to view their account's details. So you can see now that's created another breadcrumb where I can jump back to the delegates page. And now from here, we can preview the main contact for the account and get their contact information. So once I have that information ready to use it, I can use the breadcrumb links up at the top there to jump back to the delegates list for the course or jump right back to the data grid. Nice. The other big benefit of the breadcrumbs is their memory as well. So they will remember your DataGrid search and sorting settings. So I'll show you what that means now. Here we are on the accounts data grid. So if I search for the term law, and what I will also do is I'll add temporary sort just by clicking the column header. So we'll have active employees sorted by descending order. Now, if we go and edit one of the accounts and leave that data grid, you'll see the new breadcrumb link along the top, as we saw before, which will take us back to that account's data grid. So let's make a small change to this account, press save, and then head back to the account's data grid using the breadcrumb trail specifically. So as you can see, our search and temporary sort on that column has been remembered and is already in place. Great. So let's repeat that process, but this time we won't use the breadcrumb. So we'll make another change. We'll go and edit the account and press save. This time, we'll click on the main menu for accounts to go to the data grid rather than using the breadcrumb trail. As you can see, our search and sort has now been reset and forgotten about. So there will be times where the main menu works best for you, and there will be times where the breadcrumb works best also.
Nice one, thanks, Jamie. I should have had lunch before this. Just all this talk of breadcrumbs is making me very hungry. But I love that they remember even the searches from the data grid. That's really cool. Now, on the subject of searching, starting with the search options available in your data grids, we're going to look at searching now. So the DataGrid Search helps you to find specific items that you need to work on, whether you're looking for a user, a group of courses, or a resource. The search bar helps you to narrow. I'll start that again. The search bar helps you to narrow down your DataGrid results quickly. Now, each of your searches has a search criteria button where you can select the information you're searching for. We can search for first to see all of the courses that contain the word first in their label. We can also search for a specific course ID, and that'll give us only that one course that has that ID. Now, if we wanted to see all courses with a trainer called Peter, right now, because that is not included in our search criteria, searching for the word Peter is not going to give us anything. But we can add trainer names to our search criteria. Just click that there, trainer names. That will mean that searching for Peter will give us all of the courses that Peter is training. Now, the less options you have selected for your search criteria, the more precise your search results will be.
Cool.
Nice one.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, in all honesty, that one's caught me out a few times. There's been many times where I've forgotten about that little drop down. The search hasn't brought back what I was looking for, so one to watch out for that one. So now we're going to talk about the global search, which is available at the top of your platform. So the global search is a wider, more general search across the platform, and it covers searches for accounts, course templates, invoices, opportunities, and users as well. Now, it works in a similar way to the DataGrid search, where you can search for what's included in your search criteria or your keyword. So if you don't want your platform to search through opportunities or invoices, for example, you can just uncheck those at this time, and you'll get more precise search there. So to use it, type in your search term in that search bar right up at the top in the middle, and then select the criteria that you want to cover by the search, and then press that search button. You can see how many results have been returned for users, accounts, course templates, etc. And you can adjust your search criteria and search term if you want, if you can't find what you need straight away. So once you've found what you're looking for there, you can then click on your item to view or edit it. And then, again, going back to, as we said before, use your search breadcrumb to return back to your search results as well.
Nice one. Thank you for joining us. Here is a recap of everything that we have covered today. So we've looked at navigating using dynamic labels there. We've also looked at navigating using breadcrumbs, make me feel very hungry again, and searching in your data grids, and using the global search as well, just that last one there.
Perfect. So, questions out for you guys. Have you any questions for us today? We could do up that chat, see if there's anything that's coming up.
Any questions in the chat at all? Does anybody have any questions?
Any cues?
Feel free to send those through. Okay, we've got one here from Pete. Pete says, you mentioned that clicking on the columns in your data grid is only a temporary sort. Can I apply in a permanent sort? Yes, Pete, that is a great question. You can apply a fixed sort, and that will be remembered the next time you open the data grid. So by choosing a sorting option in the change columns, that's the sort of the column selection button on the top right, this will allow you to apply a sort whenever you open your data grid for the first time. So yeah, you can apply that permanent sort using the column selector. That's a good question.
Cool. I'll take the next one. So we've got one from Jasmine as well, which says, are there any plans to add any more searching options to that global search? So good question. There isn't anything I can share on that at the moment, but I'm sure our product team would love to know what you'd like to see in there. If you could add in some context and examples to our product suggestion portal, that would be much appreciated, and we'll take that for consideration. No, if anybody has any questions after this as well, please feel free to get in touch with us and with our support team as well. More than happy to help where we can.
Point to my colleagues outside. Nice one. But yeah, do feel free to submit those knowledge requests. We'll be happy to deal with those. Nice one. So before we let you all go, here are the 3 webinars that we have coming up for you over the next few weeks. So we've got Dashboard Basics with the lovely Stuart Grice and Ian Brown, also lovely. We've also got Centralizing Your Communications with the Outlook plugin. That is with me and my colleague Sarah, though not Pippa, unfortunately. But we'd love to see Pippa in a webinar. We've also, oh no, that's just, would you like something more custom for your team? Yes. Nice one.
Cool. So thank you for your time, everybody. I hope you've found today's session useful, and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you soon.